My name is Aumock, and I'm here at Glen Eagles Country Club in my studio, and I wanted to share some things with you about the grip. Being a PGA Master Instructor for 10 years, I've really noticed that a lot of people struggle to get their hands on the club properly. And it's such an important part of the game because your only contact with the club is through your grip. So what I suggest you do is take your time putting each hand on the club, making sure that your left hand is a little more of a palm grip. You're going to have the club running from this bottom knuckle of your left hand, assuming right-handed golfer, underneath this muscular pad of your left hand. What happens from there is you want to wrap the thumb around the right side of the club, so it just barely rides down the right side of the golf club from your perspective as the golfer. Once you have your left hand on there and it feels secure, then go to the right hand and try to put that on the club. Now the right hand is a little more complicated because it does the overlapping or the interlocking. So if you interlock your fingers, that's fine. To me, the bottom side of the club isn't nearly as important as the top side of the club when you're viewing it as far as the grip is concerned. On the bottom side, if you interlock, try to avoid the mistake that I see so many people making, and that is they interlock too much. Man, it feels good, it feels secure. The only problem is you can't hit the ball with it because you've interlocked your fingers so much, the right hand is basically grabbing the club with the palm, and so you really don't get access to the crack of the whip that you need through impact to hit the ball as effectively as possible. So what I suggest you do if you interlock is just interlock a little bit, about like that. That'll give you more of your hand to wrap over your left thumb, making your right hand be in a much better position that can crack the whip a little bit harder, and you'll pick up more distance with all your clubs. Now if you overlap, that's what most tour players do. What I suggest you do is just simply overlap it just underneath the knuckle of your index finger of your left hand. This unites your hands, allows you to put your right hand in a really good position on top of your left thumb. And if you notice, a little checkpoint you can use is where the V that's formed by the thumb and index finger is pointing at address. Now on both hands, what I suggest you do is make sure they're pointing about at your right shoulder. And by doing that, you put your hands in what I consider a pretty neutral position, and you can really release the club through impact fully without it hooking on you or staying to the right. So double check your grip, make sure that your left hand is a little more of a palm grip and your right hand is mainly in the fingers. Double check where those V's are pointed, and you'll start gripping the club more consistently and more correctly, and by doing so, you're going to hit the ball so much better.